Well, good morning, AO.
Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D, is a fantasy role-playing game that people have been playing all over the world for over 40 years.
Have to if he's
It's the
sitting in the
granddaddy
spot.
of all modern
Have to.
role-playing games.
It's
and its release in
part of the game.
1974 is commonly recognized as the launch of the modern role-playing industry. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since I was 10 years old, and I want to share with you the joy that this game has brought me. Together with 5 of my friends, a few of whom are going to be playing for the very first time,
for some of us old
I'm going to
schoolers
show you the
that
basics of how to play this amazing game.
Laborer,
If you've never played
mason,
D&D before, or if you
Tyrannosaurus,
love the game and want to
Mantibrachosaurus
recall the joy
operators
of playing it for the first time,
that don't
this
necessarily
is the show
understand
for
this,
you.
this is great for
I'm
kids,
Jason Charles
3
Miller,
to 6.
and welcome to your starter kit.
When you watch some shock stuff on kids for drill sergeants, they'll tell you it's like 9 to 14. Even 14 is a little high on the end to get them to shock over
To
into
play Dungeons &
the
Dragons,
resume.
you really
Now,
only need 3
kid,
things.
home,
A dungeon
on
master
something,
or
it's
DM.
fun for you,
Ideally,
fun
this
for
is
the
someone
kids.
who
You
knows
get
the
to graph
rules
the
of the
kids,
game
see
pretty
which
well,
way,
or is
see which
willing
way
to
they're
read the
gonna.
rule books to learn. The Dungeon
You know
Master
what they're
guides
gonna
the
do.
story.
So
We'll
I
see
set
how that
you up
works.
in the
For
tavern,
our story,
kid.
that's me.
And all of
An
a
adventure.
sudden, the things
This
that
could be
you
a
did
published
here,
adventure from Wizards
you're
of the
gonna
Coast
do
who
one
makes
of, well,
D&D,
you're gonna do
one
a
of
few
any number of
things.
amazing
You're gonna do a
smaller
few
companies
things.
who publish D&D adventures,
But that is what you
or
are
one
going
that's
to do, I
completely
know.
made up by the DM. For Starter Kit, some friends and I have taken a classic D&D
So the
adventure
older
from
version.
1979,
So we meet in the
Search of
break
the
room
Unknown,
instead of the
and
tavern.
rewritten it to make it a good teaching tool for new players with an experienced DM.
So
Players excited about the game,
well,
usually 3
with
to 6,
demons
but really any
and
number
the
works,
DN
depending
board.
upon the adventure and
You know,
everyone's
remember
experience.
Dragonlance
The
is
players
its
will
own
each create
thing.
and play the main characters
I could
of our
break that
adventure.
game down
So you've got
without
me,
ever
your
reading
Dungeon
the book.
Master, and you've
Well,
got an
I saw
adventure.
the lawsuit on
Let's meet our
Dragonlance
players,
firstly.
and together
So let's just
we'll
put
create
that off
our
on,
characters.
on the side for the moment.
Hey,
Hey.
Carmel,
Nice to see you.
come on in. Have a seat.
Hey.
Hey.
Back to,
So, thanks
you know,
for
when I'm
coming
running the
over
stone
today.
mill, if once I made that
Sure.
connection, I'm
We're gonna
like,
play Dungeons and
aha,
Dragons today.
stone mill,
That you've never played before in
Dragonlands,
your
of
life,
course,
right?
of course, the
What I
saws
wanted to
and the
do was make sort of a
loader
classic party
and the boss
that's been
pop up
represented
marshmallow in the
D&D
box,
the
you know what I
entire
mean,
time the game's been
Schrostringer.
around.
You
And
could, yeah,
really
once
4
you,
classes.
I
Class is your
build the
profession
faucets
or your
and then I build
job,
a
your
house
main
around
job.
it.
We're gonna have 2
And it's like, so
fighters.
now I
Those are
got
the guys
Dave,
that are in the
right?
front
Now I
lines
got the
swinging swords.
NCOs
We're gonna
over
have a
at
wizard,
D&D Salty
and we're
Island
gonna have a cleric.
version.
Cleric is
Doomslayer,
the one.
every
Just
brick.
remember the back of your mind.
Every
I always
brick.
want to keep that cleric alive because she can keep the rest of us
But
alive.
in the stone
Okay.
mill,
I gave you a little bit.
this
a
is
little bit
about
of
leveling
homework
up
to
to
look
5th
up
edition
something.
and
Yes, I did.
what level
quite
Master
involved.
Mason
Yeah.
are you
Like,
when we
kind
say
of
the
came
name?
to a
It's like, this is a
conclusion,
game
that
I
you
will
might
throw
wanna play
down
a
to you
rogue.
at the lodge
Yeah.
in the
So,
middle of it. And
rogue
there wouldn't
is
just be, oh,
sort
let's
of,
play a game. If I
the
did that on
sneaky trickster
CNN,
of the bunch.
and
a lot of times in Dungeons and Dragons,
some of these
you're
people
gonna
knew what I was
encounter,
doing,
there's gonna be
this
traps,
starts
there's
to
gonna be locked doors,
build
there's
real.
gonna be
This
puzzles,
helps you
there's gonna be hidden
Shangri-La.
things that a rogue
Kid doesn't know how to
has
play,
special
work
abilities
your way to DM.
handle
It's one of
more
it,
so
it
than
has
anyone
to
else. You're a good
eventually,
fighter,
when
but
you're working it from this
primarily,
situation, how do I want them to
will
play it?
be,
What's the long game? Now,
probably the second-
obviously he
the
knows
second
that
line
there's some
of
angel,
defense. We've got the
demon,
fighters up front,
dragon,
but
or
you
otherwise
could try
waiting
to
back
sneak
down
behind
here as the
an
boss.
opponent,
It's
unseen
not
and
the
stab them in the
boss.
back. That's what
It's
rogues do.
going to be there. It is
you're,
going to be there.
You're gonna play a halfling, and it's funny because you're our tallest player today.
We gotta figure it
and
out.
You're playing a character that's 3 feet
So-
tall.
I know. I was like, I'm small. I'm small.
Yeah,
Remember that.
just
If you want to go
So we're gonna talk about alignment for a
Mathlands
second.
to
You're
Dragonlands,
chaotic
Bells,
good, and that's a
Bukowski,
role-playing,
and you know,
that's sort of a role-playing
necromancy
guide.
on
Meaning
what
chaotic
it
good
is. It is
you're
simple
good,
enough for the
but,
Book of the
you know,
Daylights over
ends
here in the
justify the
SCP
means. Like,
Foundation.
whatever
It's
you
hard to
turn-
kill reptiles.
whatever you have to do to kind of get
No.
the job done, you're gonna get done. But you're still mainly a force for good.
Okay.
My fingers
think
there.
sort of like Han Solo. You know,
Okay.
he gets the things done, and even you know,
I-
is it illegal?
Spells
You know,
are
maybe,
programs.
but
It's
that's
like,
okay.
beep, beep,
It's also
beep, I'm a
dice for
cleric
stats.
inside
What I
here.
like
You
to
want
do
to
is
keep
I
me
like
good
you
and
to
go,
roll
but I'm
6
also a
times,
ranger.
and
I'm
every
also a
time
bit of the
you're gonna
orc
throw out
rogue
the
because I
lowest
speak a
die.
lot of that
Okay,
language.
so the first roll isn't necessarily for the top
rogues have a
ability.
lot
We're
of
gonna
the
get
fel in them.
6
You know,
scores
if
to
you
choose
go
from, and then we're
looking,
gonna assign those
you
as
go
we go.
looking for
Okay,
it,
so-
but it's still A. You know,
Love it. So your
I
first
have
roll
to
is
run it from
16.
here.
That's
I'll
really
do
good.
what the means are necessary to make sure that
Listen,
this
but
gravity
I
on the
like- I
kelp
really like those two.
for the course should be
And,
something that
14,
they do. Now,
another
we
good
meet
one.
at the
I'm
tavern.
really liking these scores. I wanted the rogue to have good scores.
Good,
So we're already
good.
in a good position here.
we gotta
one thing to
figure
keep in
out
mind,
what your
too, is you're
Mason
a
card is
Lightfoot
to any
halfling,
trajectory
and
we go
those are
on
the halflings that
operations.
wanna go on
Firstly,
adventures. Those are the
I
ones
mean,
that
brief on my
find
team.
sort of
Okay,
more out in the
I'll
world, and
trust
so you
this.
actually
This
will get some
seems like things
ability
I've
score,
seen
help.
roll
You'll get some
accordingly
bonuses. So
on it.
whatever you
But
assign to
this
your
mission
dexterity,
winds
you'll get
up
a plus
being
2,
go take
and
on
whatever
that
you
tread
assign to
order
your
from this
charisma, you'll
morning,
get a
go
plus
out in the backyard
that's
between
always
Great.
good.
I like those.
sort
I would say
everything,
take
track
the
everything. I
16,
got high
because it's gonna
crime
turn into an
on
18.
doing that kind of
I see, because you can't go higher
situation.
than 18. Is that
You
right?
can,
So,
but so
what
even if it
rolling the
turns
dice
into a
does
19,
as a
you're
rogue
gonna
is
get the
doesn't
same
give you
modifier.
Oh, I
doesn't
get
give
it.
So,
you
might as
the
well-
situational.
Yeah, so
It
make
could
that
be
an
the
18.
tavern during the
Okay,
winter.
yeah,
It could be.
and
We don't know that
add
yet.
plus
And even
4
if it
to
was
that, because that will
storm,
apply to your die rolls later.
now
So we gotta
that
figure out
kind
where
of
to put that
fixes that
17.
market. I don't care if you had a mission
Wisdom is a
yesterday.
great place
Don't
for a
hit the go
rogue,
button. This
because
kind of
you're gonna be
simulates
using
that. Wake up with
skill
the
a
50
lot when
girls
you're
and the 50.
trying to detect certain things,
SCP.
and that's sort of what the rogue does. You might sneak out in front of people. Charisma could be good too.
So,
or you're the kind of rogue that's gonna
Now we have to graph that
bluff
again. I'm
people, try to
feeling
persuade
this
them
way.
to
That
do what
gives
you want
me
them to do. High
trajectory,
charisma helps with that.
if you will. But
if you're maybe
if
a
you don't know that stuff
frontline
yet, I mean,
fighter,
firstly,
you wanna
steal a
be
character card.
a
Just
crazy
use
rogue
it.
fighter,
Just
strength
use
will
it.
help a lot with that too.
Yes, AO.
So I guess it just really depends
The
on
dragons,
where
yes.
you see your character.
Okay.
Does
I
not
think I'm gonna go
matter.
with-
Bill Gates shows up to you, you'll see this much
Charisma.
percentage of
Okay,
him.
I like
and
that.
maybe
And you
relative.
have a bonus there too, so
That's
that
something
17
different.
will turn into an 18.
Now, I'm going to
You
go
got two
dope and
18s.
chips.
That's
And
pretty badass.
Carl,
Yes,
I'll
that is
drop.
that
I'm
is a
gonna play
badass character.
Carl Sagan
yeah,
playing
I mean,
Bill
usually, like if
Gates.
someone were to show
Bill
up
Gates
in a game
at
with
the
a character
table.
that had
It's
two
like,
18s,
now-
I think it might be a little suspicious. I saw you roll that myself, so